Salutations, all my fellow beachgoers. Jay, the Myrtle Beach Encyclopedia here. We're out here early this morning at Broadway at the beach. Yeah, today is the Ripley's Penguin Dash this morning.
Now, this episode was filmed a few weeks ago, and this was just part one to all the things that we got into the weekend after the snowstorm ended. Now, the night before, I was out filming with my friend Tiffany during the first Friday art walk, and it's always fun roaming about downtown and seeing all the different artists and art everywhere. So we just kind of took our time and explored a little bit of everything and everybody. I even had my guy Poggy from Poggy and the Wee Eye playing at the St. George's Bar on 8th Ave.
In the darkest hour, right before the dawn.
Yeah, he's always a blast to see rock out. And then it was over to Milano's Kitchen and Bath for some awesome live cello performances by Tori Kramer. Yeah, they had some nice art in there too, so that was good to see. And our last two stops were the Dalai Lama, where they had some crochet art, and then back over to the train depot where my buddy Peyton was still rocking out in there. Yeah, it's always awesome to see all of our friends just jamming out and having a good time, and Peyton definitely killed it. Then there came a band that I never heard of before called F Chord that played that night. Now, F Chord truly brought the funk, and I gotta say, they are something else. Now, their performance was honestly nothing short of a theatrical production, and boy was I feeling them a lot, and everybody in the room was feeling them too. Yeah, definitely a good night of music and art.
It feels so good to be back out and about after the crazy weather that we had this past week. We got snow again last weekend.
And yes, we did get snow for the second year in a row, much to my surprise. I just couldn't believe we actually got it 2 years in a row. Snowy wonderlands in Myrtle Beach are definitely a sight to see, and of course every event got canceled that weekend as a result.
Can't believe we got snow for like the second year in a row. So we've kind of been boxed in and, haven't been able to be out and about. But as you can see, it's very sunny today. So I'm so happy to be out again. Been in the house for way too long. But yeah, we're here at Broadway at the beach this morning because, as you can see, there's people back that way for the Ripley's Penguin Dash. So yeah, our good old people from NS Promotions and whatnot are over there. So... and we already got a couple of runners, as you can see, practicing for the race. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm not running in it this morning. I'm just, going to be filming. But that's still awesome. So, yeah, you guys are coming along for the ride. So, yeah, let's go ahead and see what the Ripley's Penguin Dash is all about.
Yeah, everybody was definitely ready to run that day. Yeah, these runs are such a workout, but they're definitely fun to do if you just love to move or just love a good exercise. It definitely builds up that cardio strength, that's for sure.
Some noise!
And of course, we had our very cool Mr. DJ Shirani at the event that morning. He's definitely a staple at all these race events. Then we had Mr. Penguin out there interacting with all the families and kids. Yeah, all the kids and families were out there excited to see him. Then it came time for all the race champions out there to get their awards. So then after the race, it was then time for the next stop on the list.
All right, so I made a pit stop over here downtown. I'm over here at the Chapin Library, actually. Yeah, coming to support a friend of mine today. They're having a Spill the Tea authors event this afternoon.
So I came to support my friend Bree, who was actually a part of the local authors event that day. And she was actually the one to tell me about the authors event, and of course I couldn't pass that up. You know, I definitely had to go and support that.
Yeah, so basically just going in to show some love to some of our local authors around the area. So, you know, that's my kind of event. So I've never even been in the Chapin Library before, so this will be my first time at the library. So this should be interesting. So yeah, so let's go inside and see what the event is offering.
It was so cool to see all of the local authors there at the event. And of course, Bree was one of the first people that I had seen there, and it was definitely cool that we actually got to hear her read her children's book aloud.
Spill the Tea. We're so happy to have Miss Bree here. This is our second year of doing this event, and we're so excited to have local authors. Miss Bree is here to tell us a little bit about how she got started writing books and to share one of her books with us today. So let's give her a round of applause.
And cute enough, her book is actually called Having a Giraffe as a Classroom Pet.
I practiced in front of him. I gave him the first and she was there too.
Yeah, the book was honestly very cute and definitely perfect for a children's class.
Dress for cold winter weather. It will need to borrow snow gear from the lost and found bin. So they were able to find a bunch of boots.
Hopefully it's going to be a chapter book.
And then I wanted to show you. So again, I'm no artist, so.
Yeah, then she showed us some of the sketches for the book, and I was quite impressed comparing it to the finished product.
What?
Where can I get a book?
Yeah, if anybody wants to talk to me afterwards, I have a table downstairs. It's one of the first tables when you go in the author room.
Then it was cute seeing all the kids interact and talk with her afterwards. And of course, I was even lucky enough to get my own personal signed copy of the book. It always feels good to support my friends and all the wonderful people in our community. It was such a great event. But that was part one of our post-snow activities. Coming soon on part 2 of our post-snow activities. That's right, we made a trip back to Uptown Prime to time travel once again back to the 80s, this time for some Miami Vice partying activity. Yeah, it was another wild night of time traveling and partying, and you can catch all the action coming up soon on another episode of Jay, the Myrtle Beach Encyclopedia.
You're watching Jay, the Myrtle Beach Encyclopedia.